That is a majestic waterfall.
So what's this waterfall's name?
Karimutti Waterfalls.
Karimutti Waterfalls.
Yeah.
And look at this guy. He's just having his time of his life. Wow. Although this is winter, it's actually quite full and we can hear the sound. On camera, I have been struggling to say the name of this waterfall. So this is a massive turtle, huge structure, huge sculpture of a turtle. We are arrived at this checkpoint. This is the checkpoint for the sandalwoods. They're checking whether we are stealing or taking with us any sandalwood pieces or anything like that, because that's not allowed. So we thought we'll stop somewhere and we'll just experience the nature. And look at this from a mountain top. So goodbye Irravikulam National Park. We had a wonderful time at this Irravikulam National Park. Next we are going to Chinnar Wildlife Sanctuary. It will be around 40 kilometers from here. We are approaching an area called Marayur, and there is a location called Marayur Park, and that is famous for very rare, very high quality and very expensive sandalwood. That's actually a park growing industrial scale sandalwood, very high quality sandalwood. So we'll be passing through that soon. What's this waterfall called?
Lakkam Waterfall.
Lakkam Waterfall. Oh, this is actually written on the Google as well. Yeah. Oh, we have already seen it. Lakkam Waterfalls. And there is another waterfall. Wow, this is spectacular. That is a majestic waterfall. From Irravikulam National Park to Chinnar Wildlife Sanctuary, drive is equally spectacular, and we have spotted so far at least 3 waterfalls. That was just magnificent. And look at these rocks and those waterfalls coming from the top. Just grand. The whole area is just grand.
Here the sandal.
So the sandal forest just started. This forest or Marayur Park, sandalwood growing area rather. It's a massive sandalwood growing area. These are the sandalwoods. The forestry department marked them with numbers. This whole area is like dense forest of sandalwood trees. This is a completely different experience that we're having. We're driving through so many different plantations and forests. All are very high value crops. Super expensive products. Marayur town is the adjacent town to the Marayur Park, where we drove through those amazing sandalwood forest and plantation. Wow, we have another waterfall. Wow, this is just fantastic. Excellent. What a wonderful journey we're having. So what's this waterfall's name?
Karimutti Waterfalls.
Karimutti Waterfalls.
Yeah.
This is Karimutti Waterfalls. From the Irravikulam National Park, we had an amazing time and we drove 40 kilometers, which is a long way to Chinnar Wildlife Sanctuary, but unfortunately it's closed at 2:30. The only trekking route that was open, which was to some caves, but that was like 6-kilometer walk each way, and there is no track. It's like going through the bush. So we decided not to do that because wildlife sanctuary means something different in India. But look at this waterfalls. This is just fantastic. So what we thought that we'll do, we'll go around and we'll stop in some beautiful photo shoot points and we'll take some videos and photos. And this is just magnificent. And look at this guy. He's just having his time of his life. Wow. So other side of the road we have this waterfall, and if we just cross this road, look at this side. When rainy season will be here, we'll have plenty of water. So this is a massive turtle, huge structure, huge sculpture of a turtle. We are at the Karimutti Waterfalls and look at this turtle structure. It's just a gigantic turtle. It's huge. Actually it's a shop, but this is really spectacular. What a spectacular sight this is. It has got two streams coming through both sides of this rock. What a gigantic turtle this is. And this is a very, very nice shop, selling all different kinds of local products. Standard scenario on Kerala roads. So you have to give away all these big giants, and if you don't, God knows what will happen in God's own country. We're going to stop at this waterfalls, and this is a really big waterfall. Look at these waterfalls. This is called Palanadu Puthen Waterfalls. It's coming down up to the road. So the waterfall is coming down from the top of the mountain and coming to this road. Although this is winter, it's actually quite full and we can hear the sound. On camera, I have been struggling to say the name of this waterfall. Really nice, spectacular. And you can see the pipes. They put the pipes to collect fresh water or spring water. So basically, as I understand that the stream is coming down and it has got too much pressure and too much water, so they collect it in a pipe and they put it like a fountain, so they can collect the water, use it.
Yeah, we can pull that pipe and open the tap. They put
Okay.
a tap at the end of the pipe.
Like a direct tap water, collected spring water as a tap water. Look at the side. Outside is still very hot, but look at this. It is getting very, very cloudy and misty over the forest. Look at this waterfall. There are so many of like this, but this is one of the bigger one, I think, or rather higher one. We just stopped at this point and look at this waterfall. We can hear sound even from this distance. Wow, this is just fantastic. And we are watching like at least 50 waterfalls, we have noticed. Zoomed in, look at this. Even in winter there is so much water. Fantastic. Cascading over these rock cliff. It's getting very cloudy and misty now, and the waterfall and the mountain and these forest, dense forest, looking exceptionally good, spectacular, very mysterious and awesome. We are passing through that sandalwood forest, and very interestingly, they will be checking all the cars, that whether their people are carrying or stealing any piece of woods or anything like that, because the piece of wood is just fortune, and this forestry is very high value product owned by the forestry, and the sandalwoods are a precious item. And so we are arrived at this checkpoint. This is the checkpoint for the sandalwoods. They're checking whether we are stealing or taking with us any sandalwood pieces or anything like that, because that's not allowed. And Balu had to leave the car just to show them that we are not stealing any sandalwood. I think this is important because it's a high value product and they have very strict regulation to stop smuggling. This is really heavenly. Sometimes I'm thinking that this is as beautiful as Alaska, Europe and many other places. You see, they are putting new tea plants here. Those white dots are new tea plants. We are going back to Munnar, and look at this background. First of all, everywhere we have this tea garden and this beauty, these patterns. This just is amazing. So we thought we'll stop somewhere and we'll just experience the nature. We have been enjoying this scenery, the same scenery from the morning, and we wanted to touch it. So this is why we stopped, and it is just mesmerizing. Look at this beauty. These tea gardens
across these mountains, following the waves of the mountains, are just amazing. Wow, this is just grand. I've been watching these hills, rocks, and all these gardens from a distance. Now we can touch it. And in the evening time, it's becoming a bit misty and cloudy. All the area has been pretty much covered with low-level clouds. But this is just amazing. So look at our background, how beautiful this scenery is. These tea gardens are continuing just after the road and continuing up the hill, very high up the mountain. If I zoom in, you see tea gardens continuing, acres after acres, almost vertically. This is just amazing. And I think that's why Kerala is God's own country. It's so fertile, it's just amazing. We're having a great time here. I was watching the name of the estate that where we stopped. It's called
Talayar.
Talayar or Gundala estate.
Estate also.
Okay.
Talayar, mainly the factory near that Talayar.
Talayar, okay. So is that the biggest producer in Kerala?
No, just only estate name called Talayar.
Talayar, oh, estate names is Talayar.
It's a division. Gundala division, Talayar estate.
Look at this view, this river, this tea garden on these hills, and this bridge. Look at our background. This is one of the photo stops that we have taken. I asked Bali to stop here and he was very kind. And this river is mesmerizing. And again, we have tea gardens in our background. This is just amazing. This is
I can smell tea.
And that one is a tea processing plant. And that's why the whole area is covered with very strong smell of tea. Almost like we are brewing tea at home. This is just fantastic. What a beautiful location this is. And look at this from a mountain top or from a hilltop. This is so colorful, gorgeous, extraordinary.